Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we will be doing some test hands with Infernoble Knights. This deck is insane. It's got super great consistency with ignites, something you would never imagine. In case you people do not know what ignites are, they're practically just a bunch of pendulums with the exact same effect, pop itself and the other scale in order to add a fire warrior from your deck to your hand. Konami probably didn't consider that when making this. So another really good card. I believe that some Infernoble Knights are coming in Toon Chaos, I'm pretty sure. So we have Sublime Knight Expaldin, and basically you can just exploit Expaldin by equipping a card called Squeak Knight from your deck. It can equip any Fire Warrior from your deck. And Squeak Knight, it's a union, so you know what it does. You can just special summon itself when it's equipped. So you can just special summon it. Whoops, that was an accident. We're just going to be summoning Squeak Knight, and just like that, you have an Isolde. Now, depending on your hand, your Isolde combos may differ. Right here, I should have a pretty strong combo. We have Olivier in hand, so there's no need to summon it off Isolde. We can just summon a Renaud instead. And the combo I'm going for will loop 2 cards. It will end on a Godfried and a 3-Negate Savage Dragon. So you're going to be using Isolde. You definitely want to be searching one of your ignites. It does not matter what ignite, but we'll search something. And then we're going to be using Isolde's effect. And this time we will not be summoning Armageddon Knight, don't worry. We'll just be sending the one Smoke Grenade of the Thief, and we will be summoning Infernoble Knight Renaud. As you can see, I drew 2 of him, and he is probably one of the best Infernoble Knights, if not the best. And what he does is he can summon itself if you control a Fire Warrior, which in itself is really good. It's a free summon from the hand, and when it's summoned, you can return an equipped spell or a Fire Warrior from a graveyard to your hand. So you're going to be returning Smoke Grenade of the Thief. Now we have Olivier in hand. Remember, you can search every single Infernoble Knight from your deck with stuff like Heritage of the Chalice and Infernoble Arms Durandal. So you're going to use Olivier's effect. You can send this Fire Warrior from your field to the graveyard to summon him. And if you have Olivier and Isolde on field, you pretty much have full combo. So this is the full combo. You're just going to link away that Isolde for a link cross. Summon 2 tokens. And Olivier is a tuner. And he has a level change effect to treat itself as level 1 if you summon it off its own effect. That isn't really too useful right now. We're only really using it because it's a tuner, and we can use it to summon Halki Fibrax. You can use Halki Fibrax in order to summon. Depending on which variation of the combo you are going for, you can summon either Violent Sphere, or, drumroll, Mega Phantom Beast or Lion. Once again, everybody knows how broken this card is. You can, the combo where you summon Violent Sphere, it does require a better hand. You need tons of ignites in your hands, and this deck isn't really that focused around this combo. So you're going to go ahead, link away the Olion, and you're going to be summoning Metal Marcher. You'll use a Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Olion, who can summon a token, and you can also use him to summon back your Olivier. Now, the only reason we're using Olivier here is because it's a level 4 tuner. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to be linking it off for a Infernoble Knight Vanguard, Roland. Roland has a really good effect. Its effect does take place during the end phase, but you can activate it during the main phase. So once you activate it, no matter where it is after that, it will resolve during the end phase. So right here, this is the Mega Phantom Beast Olion token. We can go ahead, link those 2 off for the most loved card of the format, Mega Fan Beast Auroradon. Summon out his 3 tokens. And now you're going to be equipping Smoke Grenade of the Thief to Roland. And you're going to use Auroradon, Tribute itself, and pop Smoke Grenade of the Thief. In case you don't know what this card does, it's practically Confiscation in a nutshell. You can just look at your hand and send 1 to the graveyard. So you have already hand looped for 1. Now, all of these tokens are level 3. You can go ahead, link 1 of these. By the way, this dude is a Synchro Tuner, pretty insane. You're going to go ahead, link them away for the Borlos Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon will be equipping Auroradon, so that is 3 counters on your Savage Dragon. Next, you want to be going into Coral Dragon. And you're just going to immediately synchro your Coral Dragon off for a Noble Knight Emperor Charlemagne. Charlemagne is really good too. Coral Dragon will let you draw 1. Now you have Painful Decision and this Templar in hand. As long as you have a way to get 2 Ignites in your hand, you can just do this full combo, and you can end off on a Godfrey 2. It does not matter what you search once again, because it's going to be going to the extra deck anyways. I did a little misplay over here on my part. You're meant to like use these 2 pendulum scales later, but that's easily fixed. And now you can use the Crusader's effect. Doesn't matter which scales effect you use. Pop those 2, and you will be searching Godfried. Banish anything from your grave. It's any equip spell from your field or graveyard. So you can use Olivier's effect to equip itself to your Charlemagne. And now Charlemagne has the effect to, during the end phase, well, not during the end phase, first during your main phase, you want to be activating Gearfried's effect, banish your Olivier, and you want to be summoning your Godfried. And now during the end phase, Charlemagne will trigger. You can equip a Smoke Grenade to it, and any Fire Warrior from your deck. This Fire Warrior doesn't matter too much really, as long as it has a decent effect you can use it. Also, this does end on an interruption during your opponent's turn. You'll see how you can equip any Fire Warrior from your deck, anything you really want in your graveyard. Maybe something like this Astolfo, because it has a graveyard effect. It's one of the only Noble Knights with a graveyard effect. And now, since it was equipped with a monster, you can use Charlemagne's effect to pop the Thief. And now you are on hand loop 2. Now right here, during your opponent's turn, if they summon a monster or do anything, you can use the effect of this Noble Knight Vanguard. It is a quick effect, so you can equip it during your opponent's turn. And now, once again, since Noble Knight Emperor Charlemagne was equipped with a card, you can pop 1 card on the field. So that ends on 1 destroy, 2 hand loops, and 2 negates, which is a super great board. That just demonstrates what this can do. This deck is also capable of hand looping. You can see Pack official TCG's video on it. It will be in the description. In that video, you can basically hand loop with this deck. Godfried is a level 10, I'm pretty sure. No, it's a level 9, which just makes it so much better. So during your opponent, with that level 9ness, you can also just go into this Enter Blatnir and loop even more if you really want to. during any time in this combo, it's also possible to use the Metal Marcher and the 2 tokens to go into a Trishula, which is also a Handloop, or a Crocosaurus, another Handloop, and there are just so many possibilities for this deck. We can just go into another test hand right here. This deck is ultra consistent because of the sheer amount of consistency cards they have right here. As you can see, doesn't look like the best hand on earth, but as long as you can get to that one card is sold, you are pretty much great. I have Olivier in my hand and Smoke Grenade of the Thief in my hand too. I also have this thing in my hands. Doesn't really matter. You can search any Ignite you want with Summoner's Art. Well, not any Ignite, just the level 5 or higher ones. So I'm going to be searching Ignite Margrave. And now, sorry, my bad, that was an accident. You can, if you want, you can just go ahead and use Unexpected Die. Doesn't matter too much. Well, it does matter. You need that extra monster on the field. You're not going to get to that full combo off that Olivier on its own. You're going to be using Unexpected Die, summon something. Doesn't really matter. Now you can go ahead, activate these two, and now you can pop those two too. And you can once again search the Godfried. And now, as you people know, you can end off how you ended it off last time. You will be able to hand loop for 2, because as long as you're able to get the state where you have Smoke Grenade in your hand. Sorry, you have Smoke Grenade in your hand. You have various stuff. You're golden. You can summon Isolde and go summon your Olivier, and you have same combo again. So you just send something, send various stuff, summon, and you can just go ahead do the exact same combo. Once again, there is a combo on Thrift Gaming's channel where it's practically a full hand loop, but you once again need tons of not tons, you pretty much only need 4 ignites in your hand. You can do crazy stuff like going into Trishula, Crocosaurus. As you saw right there in an earlier thing, we had an Auroradon on field with the Metal Marcher with the 3 tokens. And if you're confident enough that you can draw a nice bunch of if you're confident you can draw some ignites, you can go for that play right here. I'm just going to quickly show the Violent Sphere play. Now with the Violent Sphere, you will have something like this. Both of these are Link Cross tokens. You probably want to have a Formula Synchron in handy. I don't run Formula Synchron. I run 2 Isolde because I'm a dum-dum. So you have Violent Sphere right here. You're probably going to have Smoke Grenade of the Thief in your graveyard too. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to be looping around this Violent Sphere because it's a machine. You can just go ahead and do stuff, you know. Going into a Metal Marcher. And then slowly easing into stuff like this Garden Rose Maiden, Coral Dragon, Enter Blatnir, Trishula. You're practically going to be hand looping your opponent. Usually you'd hand loop it for 4. You're first going to get information off stuff like Neospace Connector. There's so many cards, so many consistency cards you really have. Sublime Knight can't equip the Squeak Knight. You have Ignite Templar in case you ever get that another Ignite off stuff like Isolde. This deck just has so much it has so much potential. The only real problem is it is really complex and does take some time to learn and what to do. So we'll go straight into the deck profile then. So here's the deck profile. It's a 60 card deck. We have one Godfried, really just for the extra monster negate. You're usually, if you're not going to be going for the Handloop variant, you're pretty much 99% of the time you're going to be going for a Godfrey during the end of your turn, because you do need space to summon tokens for a Roardon. We have one Astolfo. Astolfo's it's a pretty good extender in this deck, being able to banish your stuff from the grave because they're pretty much dead in the grave, and summon it from your hand. It's an extra extender in case you want to use Violon Cube, the Astolfo, and other stuff, maybe to go into Garden Rose Maiden, slowly easing into a Coral Dragon, which will go into Trishula and various stuff. We have Ogier. Ogier is also, it's technically a starter in one of our combos. Once again, as long as you're able to get the Durendal and other stuff, you can use Ogier. And if you have Durendal or Heritage of the Chalice or anything really, you can use it, get a Renaud in your hand, and get back whatever you send to the graveyard with Ogier. If you have Renaud in your hand, Ogier becomes add one Fire Warrior or an equip spell from your deck to your hand. Triple Oliviers. Olivier is really important. You could bump this down to 2 if you really want to. I like it at 3, and it's a super great card. It's a super great card, really. We don't use it for any of its effects. We really just use it for its effect to the fact that it's a tuner basically, and you can summon it straight off Isolde. It's Fire Warrior, which means you can search it off stuff like your Ignites. It has a decent enough summoning alternative summoning condition where you could send stuff like Renaud to your grave if you have it in your hand and you summon Renaud off your Isolde. It just has so much it has a lot of use. Basically, you can just equip it from your graveyard to any card you have, and then you can banish it for fodder off Gearfried. There are lots of uses for Olivier. We have one triple Renaud. Once again, it's basically a free summon from the hand, and then you get to add whatever you want from your graveyard to your hand. We have one Olion. If you're going for the Handloop variant, you're usually going to be summoning it off Auroradon and not Crystron Halqifibrax. If you want to do the basic combo with 2 Handloops and other stuff, you're going to be summoning it off Halqifibrax. Triple Neospace Connector, mainly because it's a 1-card Isolde. One Aqua Dolphin. Technically Aqua Dolphin loops, I guess. You're going to be looking at your hand, opponent's hand with Aqua Dolphin. It gives you great amounts of information, and it can rip out a hand trap for free. One Squeak Knight. You only really need one Squeak Knight because you can equip it from your deck or hand with Sublime Knight Expaldin, and it's a free summon. And once you equip it, and Sublime Knight Expaldin, you're pretty much going to use just to equip Squeak Knight. It's practically becomes normal summon this card, special summon a Squeak Knight from your deck. You could also technically kind of use it in tandem with Isolde. You can summon it off Isolde if you already have your Olivier in your on the field for some reason or the other. We have one Violon Sphere. Once again, this is used in a Handloop variant where you're able to equip a Smoke Grenade of the Thief multiple times. You can pop it off stuff like Crocosaurus, your maybe your Auroradon, as you saw in that second combo. You Handloop for 2, do cool stuff. The basic combo, if you do not have Smoke Grenade of the Thief in your hand, you're pretty much going to end on a similar field. You're going to have the Godfried. The only real differences will be that you're only going to be hand looping for 1, and your Borreload Savage Dragon will have Isolde equipped instead of your Auroradon. Those are going to be the main differences if you're going for the hand loop variant. Any number of Ignites you want. I like to keep how many am I even keeping? 17. Not even 17. 16. ignites, and with stuff like painful decision, unexpected choice, summoner's art, you can consider yourself to have more. These ignites, they increase the consistency of your deck so much. It's insane. It's a free search for Godfried. You can banish anything you want from your graveyard, summon it, do stuff. The possibilities are endless. Triple Durandal, it's a free search from your deck. One Joyuse. Joyuse is it's basically kind of like a Renaud, where you get to get something back from your graveyard. Usually if you send something off Painful Choice, you would get that back off Joyuse, so that you could get another Ignite and get more searches. One Broken Bamboo Sword for the search of Cursed Bamboo Sword. Triple Call by the Grave for the hand traps. Double Cursed Bamboo Sword. I only run double because this is the only true Garnet in this deck. Cursed Bamboo Sword. You really want your other. It doesn't really matter if the other stuff comes in your hand or not. Technically, Phoenix Blade also comes into that section, but you're usually going to be equipping. You're usually just going to be returning it to your hand off its own effect in the graveyard, and you're going to be equipping it to Godfried for the extra negate. We have Triple Dark Wheeler no more in case you're going second and you want to break boards. This is a super good card. You have stuff like Trishla and Enter Blatnir, which can demolish boards. Also, Godfried is a level 9, so Enter Blatnir, you know. We have our Triple Heritage of the Chalice. It's going to be searching any of your Infernoble Knights and any of your noble arms, such as Durandal and Joyuse. Triple Painful Decision, really just to search your Ignites. One Smoke Grenade of the Thief. I'm only really running one because it doesn't matter whether you add it, whether you search it. Doesn't matter whether you send it to the graveyard. Either way, you are going to be hand looping your opponent for at least 2. Double Summoner's Art. Double Summoner's Art once again to search your high level Ignites. That's why I'm only running 2 of each high level Ignite, Margrave and Cavalier. I don't know how to pronounce that. Triple Unexpected Die. Once again, it's a free extender and it's a free way to get into Assault. For extra deck, we have Savage Dragon. As you see there, we can either get a 2 Negate Savage Dragon or a 3 Negate Savage Dragon. One Coral Dragon. If you really want to, you can run Stardust Charge Warrior in this spot too. The only real reason I am running Coral Dragon here is because you can revive it off Garden Rose Maiden. Double Charlemagne. I could probably take out one Charlemagne for a Formula Synchron, because Formula Synchron also increases the amounts of Ignites you can get in your hand, which is a really important element in this deck. One Roland. Roland, during the end phase, you can set up for your next turn, which is super useful. You can get during the if you have Charlemagne and for some reason you do not have your Smoke Grenade during the end phase, you can activate Roland, send Smoke Grenade to the graveyard, and then you can equip it off Charlemagne and pop it. One Metal Marcher, just to revive stuff like usually you're going to be reviving Olivier because it's a level 4 tuner, and you can use it and the Link Cross tokens to go into stuff like your Roland. One Crocodile. You usually get a 2 non-tuner Crocodile. Sometimes you can only get 1 with stuff like Trishula. Sometimes you're only going to get 1 because you're going to use the 2 for Trishula. I really like to go for the 2 because you get the draw 2, and then you can use your Ignites to maybe summon more Ignites from your hand or extra deck. One Trishula. Trishula is if you hand loop and your opponent has something that floats, maybe like a Shadal or a one of the Golden Land spells or traps that float during the end phase, you can just banish it off Trishula. One Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron is a free draw 1, and you're going to be using it in your Violent Sphere variant, which will be in the description. One Phantom Fortress and Enter Blatnir. Once again, it is a free hand loop. You can just use your Godfrey and your Charlemagne. Both of them are level 9, so during your opponent's turn, I'm sorry, not my opponent's turn, I meant during your next turn, you can go into Enter Blatnir to banish card, banish card from their hand or graveyard in case they really like their graveyard. We have Crystron Halqifibrax, the most loved card of the format, definitely. You're usually going to be using it to summon Lion or Violent Sphere. Double Isolde. Really, Isolde is just to search your ignites. You can search your ignite so you get more consistency. Searching your Godfried or whatever you want, you can just get that Godfried for your 5th summon, so you can play around Nibiru. And you're usually going to be summoning stuff like Renaud or Olivier. You're going to be summoning Renaud if you have Durandal in your graveyard. 99% of the time you will. You have one Link Cross. Link Cross overpowered. I would really like it to be banned, but Eternity Code is so new, they probably won't even ban Link Cross. You're going to be linking it off into Isolde. That's practically how you're going to get a Link Cross. One Auroradon, just to get those 3 tokens. When you're going to Auroradon, you have to be really careful of what you have in your zones. You want to make sure that your zones aren't filled up, which is why sometimes you're going to be summoning Godfrey at the end of your combo rather than the start to play around Nibiru. And that's the deck. It is super consistent in its combos. Their combos will usually end on 2 negates and at least 1 hand loop. And you can do an entire hand loop. The link for that will be in the description once again. And that's the entire deck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.